42 of the 51 council members voted to override the mayor's veto of How Many Stops Act.
The mayor says more paperwork for NYPD officers means less time to fight crime. It could be one of the most consequential votes by the city council.
Everything breaks at the seams, and you feel like you're losing belief. Damn it, you just gotta stay strong when it all falls apart and goes wrong. When you feel let down and so lost, and it feels like you can't hold on. Well, damn it, you just gotta stay strong, 'cause sometimes things go wrong, and one day everything's gone, but you can make it out and move on. So damn it, you just gotta stay strong.
Well, in many of our videos from last year to this year, we have discussed the state of New York City, the cannabis laws that have just literally, it's a failure here in New York. You're talking about the illegal migrant surge that's going on there that, you know, you want to be blunt, it's harming the minority communities here in New York City. Yes, it is. This is like going back right to the Mariana boat lift in the 1980s. What happened in Miami, the same thing that happened then, that's happening now, did hurt the minorities then, and now it is hurting the minority communities again. And then we have the crime levels. We have a crime surge again. Robberies are up about 5%. We've already seen that. Part of it driven by the illegal migrants out there. We've seen pickpocketing going on, thefts in stores, department stores. There was a major fight in Macy's the other day to that nature. And I think at Nordstrom's rack as well. The West Village is inundated by pickpocketers at the local nightclubs and bars. So you got to pay attention to your wallets, to your purses when you go out into that part, if you happen to be in New York. Because that's a nice area. The East and West Village are very nice. There are a lot of great restaurants, clubs, and places to eat, places to hang out. And now they're being damaged by this situation. And the thing about it is, we've lost a lot of police officers just in the last year. I think it's well over I think we have 3,000 short on there. That we don't have enough. They're trying to defund the police officers and stuff like that. And then just now recently, and this is what this story is about, they're now sticking it again to the police department. So basically the city council can stick it to Mayor Adams. This is the situation that's going on. There is a major fight. I'll tell you, I'm not for this particular mayor. It has been a problem, straight up and down. I'll tell you straight up now. We discussed before, they raided the Queens Roosevelt Avenue red light district. 48 hours later, it's back up and running again. But now the city council, they wanted to put out a law that literally will tie the hands of the police officers. In simpler terms, for every interaction they have with anyone on the streets of New York, inside, outside, they have to write it up. How stupid is that? How really? I mean, oh Jesus, it is just insane, because literally it's going to put, time constraints on the cops. They will be too busy filling out forms. And people said, well, they could speak it into a cell phone. That's going to take time. If you ever watch an episode of The Dragnet where they're sitting there writing paperwork, think of regular street cops doing that on a daily basis. We don't have the time for the interactions that they do. This is just activist council members that just want to just push this whole narrative, like, oh, all cops are racist and stuff like that. Most of our police force here are minorities. Yes, we do have white police officer. We have black, Asian, Hispanics. We have all different types of races in our police department. And the thing about it is that they think, well, they pull this person over. Why did they pull that person over? There are many different reasons, and it doesn't have to be detailed on every one. A person may be in the wrong neighborhood. You ever think of that? They're in the wrong neighborhood. They're tourists. They stop and they said, hey, what are you doing here? I said, I don't know. I got to turn around. Oh, okay, listen. Go back this way. This is the information they're going to give them. At one level, they say, well, they stopped them because, it was racist. No. You don't know what is in the mind of the police officers at that time period. They have to quickly identify the situations out there. By doing this, it's going to make it even harder. So if those out there living in New York that think the cops are going to come immediately, it's going to take more time now. It's going to take more time away. And the other thing is that people are saying, Tim Pool and all that, I'll leave these big liberal cities and stuff like that. Why should we? And I say, why should we? We should stay and fight for this. And the best way to do is to go to the voters pool, the voting pool, let them know, vote these people out. Just like these people in the city council, what they just done. And we're going to read this off of the New York Post. New York City Council just sold out New York to stick it to Mayor Adams. City Council Speaker Adrian Adams just sold out New York, sacrificing public safety to humiliate Mayor Adams by muscling her members into overriding on How Many Stops Act veto 42-9. The law will waste valuable NYPD time filling out pointless forms describing each of the 70 million yearly interactions. Listen to that. 7 million yearly interactions. Put that in your thought. With the public, when the cops should be out protecting New Yorkers and fighting crime. It also means higher police overtime costs and lower morale for the already besieged rank and file. Yet the speaker pushed hard for it anyway, appeasing the anti-police radicals by intentionally hobnobbing cops. But hey, she and her members got to stick it in their thumbs into the mayor's eye, simply clearly more important to them than public safety. So adding another burden to the most minor of stops, cops trying to locate a missing person or looking for someone who might have useful information about crime. What's it even use of the info? The race, the gender, the age of those stopped, the reason of the interaction, etc. Filing out the form will often take longer than the stop itself. Here's the situation with the race and gender and age. There's a lot of people that are mixed out there that you cannot identify, and people have misidentified people's races. I myself, being Hispanic, and I'm a light-skinned Hispanic, I've been mistaken to being called Greek, Mediterranean, Jewish, other than Hispanic. It goes back to one time that, there are these yeshiva trucks that come out there, and if you're standing on a corner there, they come up to you, are you Jewish? They come to ask you, which is, they don't know. You have to ask, and the thing about it is, you think the criminals are going to tell you their exact race or anything to that nature. No, it's the interaction itself is ridiculous. And a lot of times when you're dealing with tourists, it's a quick interaction in and out. You don't need to say, hey, listen, this person needs to know where Times Square is. Why do you need to know that? Why you need to know that on paper? The race-obsessed think the data will show a disproportionate numbers of blacks and Hispanics getting stopped, but how this is simply asking people questions in any way racist. Especially when a disproportionate share of the city's crime takes place in minority neighborhoods. Yes, see, here's the thing people do not put in their stories, is where these pullovers are. These are in areas that are, most of the population is a minority. So if you're in an area, like for example, here where we are in Staten Island, we have very little population of whites and Asians. Most of the people who live here are Hispanic and black. What's going to be pulled over mostly? Hispanic and black, especially in certain parts on there. West Brighton, Stapleton, right before the ferry, there are a couple of project areas there. What are you going to see? You're going to see a lot of minorities. If a cop pulls over someone who's a minority, obviously that's going to be the situation. But also, he's going to pull over someone that's white too, because, 3 o'clock in the morning with wrong license plates, say for example, out-of-state plates, he's going to pull that person also all over too. Yet the speaker didn't care about the claim the bill is about transparency was a big fat lie, nor consider what anyone else thought. Cops, district attorneys, policy experts, the mayor, constituents. The bill will harm public safety by creating unnecessary report requirements for our police officers and yet another unnecessary burden on our prosecutors, who have to disclose all that documentation as part of the discovery process. Warrant District Attorney Association of New York President John Flynn. It'll have officers wasting time filing reports instead of carrying out their duties, pleaded Yangley Hendricks, who lost her 16-year-old daughter to violence in 2022. No matter, the speaker simply relished the chance to humiliate Heisner. The public needs to be damned. She deemed a moderate on the council, but there's nothing moderate putting selfish pride ahead of your duty to the public. And that's the thing. These council members, they work for us, not the reverse. They are the employees. And if they don't do their job right, they should be fired. Exactly, they should be fired. See, the thing about it is, the way they want this done kind of reminds me, there's a Terry Gilliam movie, if you've ever seen Brazil, which basically, in that world, if you didn't have a certain form, paper, filled out properly on that, nothing could be done, including, say, regular repairs to your home. Think about that for a minute. I mean, here, don't take it from me, take it from this.
Order number 438476, that Mr. Buttle, Archibald, residing at 412 North Tower, Shangri-La Towers, has been invited to assist the Ministry of Information with certain inquiries, and that he is liable to certain financial obligations as specified in Council Order RB/CZ/907/X. Sign here, please. There. Thank you. Same again, please. Just there. Press harder this time. Good.
Oh, what is this all about?
That is your receipt for your husband. Thank you. And this is my receipt for your receipt.
Yeah, that's kind of a dystopian nightmare world. And this is what they want to push out now. So think about this for a moment. And the thing about it is, hey, look what happened to cops the other day. This is what happened to the NYPD the other day when they were trying to arrest an illegal migrant.
City. But as you mentioned, this is coming on the heels of an incident that involved 2 NYPD officers not far from where I'm standing right now, just blocks away. 2 members of the NYPD were involved in a fight with a group of migrants over the weekend. Authorities say things escalated when those officers asked the group to break up and one person refused. Officers attempted to arrest that person, and that is when the other people in the group started assaulting them. 5 people were arrested, charged with assault on an officer, gang assault, as well as other things. Now, authorities are searching for 7 additional people this morning.
Yeah, they were beaten up. Who stood for them? And the thing about it is, I think the person that we're arresting is the second time that's being arrested. Years ago, if they did something like this, they are deported. They're found guilty. They're fine. They're put in jail for a small period of time and then deported immediately. But see, the thing about it is that with the whole situation, the crime and all that, we allowed Washington to dictate a lot of this stuff. We allowed these council members who basically, you had one particular council member who basically, the other night, this was Yusuf Salam, where he was one of the Central Park 5, if you remember that they were accused of draping a woman back in the park years ago. But then years later, someone else was the actual, there was released. Now he's a councilman. He decided the other day he was driving around in a tinted out car, which was illegally tinted, Georgia plates, driving through Harlem. Yes, he's going to get pulled over. And what did he tell the media? Oh, the cops just didn't treat me the proper way, the whole shemangle. But then the cops decided to release the camera footage, and you'll note that the police officer did their job properly. They didn't do anything wrong. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts about this. I mean, here we go again, But the thing about it is, folks, as you comment, if you're a New Yorker, don't pack up to leave. No, stay and fight. Staten Islanders are fighting right now. Let me tell you something. Real estate is is becoming less and less on Staten Island, and I'll tell you why. Most people are coming straight out here because the fight starts here on Staten Island, and it's going outward. And we know Bronx is on the other end. They're ready to come into this, and the other boroughs are getting ready because this is going to be a major fight to save our city. So don't forget to comment, like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. We're just almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. If you haven't yet, take this moment, smash on that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it, especially on YouTube. But if you're on Rumble or any of our other social media platforms, also do hit that subscribe button or fire, whatever button it is that's on theirs. So until next time, don't forget to check out all of our other videos here on Man with the Show on Q2Cast TV. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways, listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.